Picture yourself walking down a dark alleyway at night. Suddenly you hear screaming and footsteps. Your heart beats faster, your blood starts pumping, and you get more anxious. What you're feeling is the biological emotion of stress. Hi everybody, welcome to Brain Fart Science. Today, we'll be talking about stress. You've probably been stressed at one point in your life, whether it be studying for a test, doing a project, or running away from spiders. But what is stress? And what makes things stressful? And how can we deal with stress? Well, that's what we're going to learn about today. To put it simply, stress is anything that threatens homeostasis, the body's ability to maintain its own environment. Stress for many generations served as a way to provide extra strength and energy to protect the body and mind to help reestablish homeostasis.
Whoa, that's so cool, Mr. Patel. But how does it all work?
Shut up! We're getting to that. The symptoms of stress include sleep disturbances, muscle tension, headaches, and fatigue. The purpose of stress is to provide extra strength and energy to cope with a challenge that protects the body and brain. It can also increase memory during stressful situations. The only downside is, in long term, it can be very harmful. There are two types of stress. Acute stress, which is defined as short-term stress and helps overcome challenges. And there's also chronic stress, which is the opposite. It's long-term stress, and it contrasts to acute stress being that it's very detrimental. And symptoms of chronic stress include inflammation, anxiety and depression, and at worst, damaged telomeres. Telomeres are compounds that are found at the ends of chromosomes that keep you healthy. Prolonged stress can damage them, which in turn is detrimental to your health.
Here's an example of chronic stress. You're presented with a challenge of holding a glass of water for as long as you can. At first, you may find this task easy. A couple minutes go by and it's no problem to you. After some time has passed, you soon find the glass is feeling a lot heavier than it was before. After 20 minutes, your arm is numb and it feels like you're on the verge of dropping. Your hands are trembling and some water droplets are falling out. Finally, you realize that you're unable to hold the glass any longer. The same principle applies to stress. This analogy compares the task of holding water for a long period of time with being burdened with stress for a prolonged duration to show the importance of stress management.
We brought in a specialist, Cal Liu, who will help explain stress in more detail.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kyle, as far as you know, and I'm going to be talking about how stress has affected your body and has changed today. Modern stress today is more emotional than physical. It has changed so much from then. Instead, your body may stay in the state of being stressed long after the initial stimulus. This can lead to the body releasing cortisol and epinephrine, as well as elevated levels of glucocorticoids, which may lead to impaired memory, weakened muscles, immune system problems, high blood pressure, sleep loss, and accelerated aging.
Thanks, Cal.
Oh, no problem.
I got lost.
Jeez.
Now that he's out the way, there's three parts of the body that are responsible for stress: the sympathetic nervous system, the autonomic nervous system, and the neuroendocrine system. The somatic system, or voluntary system, sends messages to the muscles to overcome any physical danger, or autonomic or involuntary system, are divided into two subgroups. The sympathetic nervous system, which increases blood flow to the muscles and releases the stress hormone epinephrine, which puts the body into a state of alertness. The second subgroup, the parasympathetic nervous system, regulates bodily functions and prevents the body from being stressed out for too long. Finally, the neuroendocrine system maintains the body's internal functioning with various stress hormones such as epinephrine and cortisol. The somatic system, or voluntary system, sends messages to the muscles to overcome any physical danger. The autonomic or involuntary system are divided into two subgroups. The sympathetic nervous system, which increases blood flow to the muscles and releases the stress hormone epinephrine, which puts the body into a state of alertness. The second subgroup, the parasympathetic nervous system, regulates bodily functions and prevents the body from being stressed out for too long. Finally, the neuroendocrine system maintains the bodily functions with various stress hormones such as epinephrine and cortisol. There are many disorders associated with stress. For example, prolonged stress can result in colitis, or the swelling of your colon, hypertension, high blood pressure, or clogged arteries, and even impotency, which is the loss of sex drive. Irregular menstrual cycles, diabetes, and maybe even cancer can occur. Also, an overexposure to glucocorticoids can result in Cushing syndrome or the bloating of facial features and the body.
Wow, that all seems scary. Is there any way I can deal with stress?
Sissy. No, I'm just kidding. Well, everyone reacts to stress differently, so different solutions may apply to different people. A couple solutions include being active to release stress and release endorphins to make you feel better. Engaging socially, meditation, and nutrition are just a few of many ways to help you deal with stress.
Many people cope with stress in ways that only furthers the problem. When stress becomes overwhelming, it can damage your health, mood, and relationships. What you must realize is that stress is a normal part of life. There is no avoiding it. What's important is how you respond to stress.